Out of all of the places and people that Mother Mary could choose to appear to, she chose 3 young shepherd kids from a small town in Fatima, Portugal. These 3 kids were Lucia Santos and her cousins Jacinta and Francisco Mato. She appeared to them 6 times between May and October 1917, but it was the visit on the 13th of July 1917 where she entrusted the children with 3 secrets. Now, unfortunately, Jacinta, who was known to be the more outgoing one of the 3, told her parents about the Mary apparition. The word started to spread throughout the whole town, and of course, close to no one believed them. They interrogated the poor children, they imprisoned them, they told them that they would be killed if they did not tell them the truth, but the 3 young kids would rather die than have to lie about what they saw. It was only 4 years later, in 1941, after these apparitions and after the death of Jacinta and Francisco Mato, where Lucia thought it prudent to reveal 2 out of the 3 secrets. The first secret was the vision of hell. These are the exact words as per Lucia's memoir. Our Lady showed us a great sea of fire which seemed to be under the earth. Plunged into this fire were demons and souls in human form, like transparent burning embers or blackened or burnished bronze, floating about in the conflagration, now raised into the air by the flames that issued from within themselves, together with great clouds of smoke, now falling back on every side like sparks in a huge fire, without weight or equilibrium, and amid shrieks and groans of pain and despair, which horrified us and made us tremble with fear. The demons could be distinguished by their terrifying and repulsive likeness to frightful and unknown animals, all black and transparent. This vision lasted but an instant. How can we ever be grateful enough to our kind Heavenly Mother, who had already prepared us by promising in the first apparition to take us to heaven? Otherwise, I think we would have died of fear and terror. Now, the second secret told us that World War I would end. However, that if man continued offending God and Russia did not convert, another war would start. And what do you know, World War I ended, but people continued offending God, and World War II started in 1939. Here's the exact words as per Sister Lucia. Mary said, "You have seen hell where the souls of poor sinners go. To save them, God wishes to establish in the world devotion to my immaculate heart. If what I say to you is done, many souls will be saved and there will be peace. The war is going to end. But if people do not cease offending God, a worse one will break out during the pontificate of Pope Pius XI. When you see a night illumined by an unknown light, know that this is the great sign given you by God that He is about to punish the world for its crimes by means of war, famine, and persecutions of the Church and of the Holy Father. To prevent this, I shall come to ask for the consecration of Russia to my Immaculate Heart and the communion of reparation on the first Saturdays. If my requests are heeded, Russia will be converted and there will be peace. If not, she will spread her errors throughout the world, causing wars and persecutions of the Church. The good will be martyred, the Holy Father will have much to suffer, various nations will be annihilated. In the end, my Immaculate Heart will triumph, the Holy Father will consecrate Russia to me, and she shall be converted, and a period of peace will be granted to the world." So, that's the first 2 secrets, as per Lucia's words. The vision of hell and the prediction of the end of World War I and the start of World War II. However, the third secret, Sister Lucia decided not to disclose, as she didn't know if God would want the public to know the third secret. However, in mid-October 1943, Bishop Silver sent her a letter with an order that Sister Lucia disclose the third secret. Sister Lucia took this as a sign from God, and this is what she wrote down. "I write in obedience to you, my God, who command me to do so through His Excellency, the Bishop of Leiria, and through your most holy Mother and mine. After the 2 parts which I have already explained, at the left of Our Lady and a little above, we saw an angel with a flaming sword in his left hand. Flashing, it gave out flames that looked as though they would set the world on fire. but they died out in contact with the splendor that Our Lady radiated towards him from her right hand. Pointing to the earth with his right hand, the angel cried out in a loud voice, "Penance, penance, penance," and we saw in an immense light that is God, something similar to how people appear in a mirror when they pass in front of it. A bishop dressed in white, we had the impression that it was the Holy Father. Other bishops, priests, men and women religious going up a steep mountain, at the top of which there was a big cross of rough trunks as of a cork tree with the bark. Before reaching there, the Holy Father passed through a big city in ruins, and half trembling with halting step, afflicted with pain and sorrow, he prayed for the souls of the corpses he met on his way. Having reached the top of the mountain on his knees at the foot of the big cross, he was killed by a group of soldiers who fired bullets and arrows at him. And in the same way, there died one after another the other bishops, priests, men and women religious, and various lay people of different ranks and positions. Beneath the two arms of the cross there were two angels, each with a crystal aspersorium in his hand, in which they gathered up the blood of the martyrs, and with it sprinkled the souls that were making their way to God.